Mayor in the Masters of the WWE Universe.
I am Aaron, Mayor of LJD, defender of the respect of women's wrestling figure reviews. This is Luke, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me. The day I held aloft my magic sword and said,
By the power of Gold Skull, I have the power!
Luke became the mighty Leia, and I became Mayor, the most powerful elected official in the universe. Only one other shared this secret with me, my loyal sidekick, co-mayor Shelexa. Together, we defend Lumberjillville and Castle Goldskull from evil forces of the Treasurer.
Mayor!
Mayor Aaron, wake up. What were you saying about Masters of the Universe?
I was just saying that I really didn't know a whole lot about Masters of the Universe. I mean, I didn't really grow up with it. It was kind of before my time. But I spent all night and I watched hours and hours of He-Man episodes. And I have to tell you, I'm almost in like this He-Man type trance. No! Holy smokes! Co-Mayor Shelexa! You're telling me that wasn't a dream? This is real?
What did you call me? Anyways, I'm off to go LARPing with the Total Matt Pella's girls. Have fun with the review.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. Have fun. Oh, and don't let Diva Marie wander off to another furry convention, please. Hey y'all, welcome to Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now today is going to be a very unique but exciting review because I have been politicking for a while in message boards, forums, whatnot to add some women to this Masters of the WWE Universe line. And next thing you know, Series 6 Stephanie images popped up. I think she was released in Canada. And then Series 5 Becky started to hit shelves. So I had to snatch them up right away because I'm super excited to take a closer look at these. But we're not only going to review these, but we're also going to compare them to the Masters of the Universe origin figures. This one's kind of based off of Evelyn, and this one's kind of based off of Tila, so we'll do a little comparison there. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at these two figures. So first look, I'm sure you can see that these boxes are amazing. We're going to take a detailed, closer look at them one by one. But I kind of wanted to do a comparison because like I mentioned in the intro, I didn't grow up with Masters of the Universe and He-Man, but I've always been so curious. I love watching a lot of different channels that really take deep dives into the toy line and just the whole He-Man and the Masters of the universe, I guess. And I wanted to so bad that I picked these up before the review, Teal on the left, Evelyn on the right, because I wanted to get a feel for the figures. Now, I didn't open them up because these things are beautiful in package, but I'll do more of a side-by-side comparison when we get to Stephanie because her and Evelyn are pretty much, as you can tell, they're pretty much twinning there. So that's really awesome that they kind of use character designs to transform into the WWE figures. But I have to tell you, before we take a closer look at Becky Lynch, I am going to say I'm super excited for this because I've never had a He-Man or a Masters of the Universe figure, and I know these are kind of like remakes of the early origin line, but I'm just excited to dive into this toy line because it seems like a lot of fun. So I just wanted to get that out there. Now that being said, let's take a closer look at Becky Lynch. Alright, so let's start off by taking a look at this box here of Becky Lynch, then we'll unbox it and take a look at the figure. But this carding, I mean, it's fantastic. Like, this is one of those times that the figures look great displayed men on a card, but we got to open this thing up to get a closer look at the figure. But I will try to hunt these down to hang them up mint on card because these boxes are gorgeous. Now, obviously, you can see the Masters of the WWE Universe logo at the top there. And then we have Becky Lynch, and then a little Sir nickname underneath here, the Man of WWE Eternia. So that's freaking awesome. I love that they do that. And you'll see with the Stephanie McMahon figure that they also give her a name. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks to the women, it says highly articulated posing power. A lot of the men figures have different features, and the women don't. Maybe it's because of the size, I'm not sure. I know the ones of the past were the same way. And then looking on the back, we have this beautiful artwork. This picture is freaking awesome. And it says, includes collector's booklet. Now, underneath here, it says, she's defied the odds, disarmed her opponents, and demolished every obstacle. Soon, everyone in WWE Eternia will learn this is the man's world, and they're just living in it. That is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I freaking love that. And then it's got the little directions as to how to equip the gear that she comes with, and we'll get a closer look when we open it up. Now, she comes with a shield and then this little snake wand, so I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out. And then these women figures have twist into powerful battle positions. It's kind of their action feature, so we'll see if it's much of an action feature when we open it up. But yeah, let's see what we got. Oh my god. I honestly can totally see how there are so many fans out there of these Masters of the Universe figures. This is just so much fun. I mean, you just can't help but smile. So opening the package up, the first thing you get in the back is this little mini comic. It's got really great original artwork in here. And it kind of gives a little story. It's just one page. And then on the back has the rest of the line. Okay, let's try to get her to stand. Okay, so there's also this little bag of accessories. And we take them out. And she has this little snake wand. And also the shield that has the man on it. Now, taking a closer look at her. This face scan is great because it's kind of cartoony, but it works. I mean, it's better than her ultimate face scan. But it's awesome. That hair is really extra orange or extra bright to really stand out. So even though this face scan is kind of cartoony, that's exactly how it should be. And it looks freaking awesome. On her arm, she has little gold molded bands. So it's hard to say. And gold gauntlets. Also, she has this gold molded piece in the center with little black and tiny little red designs. Her lower half, she has this molded gold design pattern on the front going around to the back. And then she has these knee pads with looks like a little T-type shape on it in gold. And her boots are just basic black. But it looks really cool. I mean, it really pops. Now let's see how she looks with her little accessories. So the shield fits nicely and her elbow bends. We'll go over articulation last. And she can hold it like that. And then the snake wand, boom. She's got it held up like that. So the reason I compare it to the Tila from the Origins series 1 line is because the shield and the snake. Also, the body's pretty identical. Obviously, the head scan's different and she has a little snake dress. But this Becky figure freaking rules. Alright, so next up we have the villain. If Becky Lynch is the hero of the women's side of the Masters of the WWE Universe, Stephanie McMahon is her villain counterpart. So once again, there's that Masters of the WWE Universe logo. This time it says Stephanie McMahon, and her little name underneath says Evil $1 Billion Skull Queen. So this is pretty much a direct copy of Evelyn's attire, and I'll show you once I get her out. But that's so awesome that they're taking elements from the original line and kind of transferring it into these wrestlers. And you can see that with a lot of the male sculpts, like Goldberg, I believe that's Ram Man. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. Because like I said, I didn't grow up with it, but I'm really wanting to learn more about it. So, okay, taking a look. Once again, amazing, awesome artwork. And underneath it said, she used to be daddy's little girl, but now the $1 billion princess has tapped into the chaotic magic within dark depths of WWE Eternia to become its evil queen. So, I freaking love that. And once again, she has her little mechanism here is twist into powerful battle position. So really, I mean, I don't think there's really much of a mechanism. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure you can just move her around. And it looks like she comes with the skull mask. That is awesome. And a little scepter. So I'm really excited to open this one up. So without further ado, let's take a look at the evil $1 billion Skull Queen. Y'all, just look at this. I mean, this review is a blast for me, honestly. Now, I'd say it's been since Elite 78 Naomi where I was just smiling that entire review with that chase glow. It just tickled me. I thought it was so cool. In these figures, it's the same type feeling. I'm just ear to ear smile the whole review. Now, this Stephanie comes with this little mini, I don't want to call it a comic, but it's got original artwork on the front and a little comic strip on the inside. And then it's got all these little knickknacks to read, which is so cool. And look at that artwork. This is so freaking cool. So, looking at her accessories, she does come with this scepter, the silver with a nice little bluish purple ball. And then this mask. Oh, my, it's so awesome. Okay, so looking up close, obviously the face doesn't resemble Stephanie the best, but I mean, what do you expect? Like, that's okay. It's just meant to be a little cartoony, so I think it works fine. She's got that blue eyeshadow. She's got this little crown that is not removable, but it is so nicely detailed, especially with the silver accents painted on. And then she has these silver armbands. The centerpiece is just a solid black with little silver lines. And she has solid black gauntlets. And moving to her lower body here, she just has plain black on here with silver outline and detail with black boots. But the all black attire with the little silver outline is such a nice little intricate addition. So adding her scepter and then even looking at her mask, if you see it's got little peg holes that fit right in the side of her crown. And then we have an actual fitting mask. That is freaking awesome. Now just to compare it to Evelyn, obviously it's very similar, especially without this mask. But honestly, this mask makes this figure so much more cool. I mean, I freaking love this. Now, as far as articulation goes,
I am the treasurer, and I am going to take over the kingdom of Lumberjillville. How am I going to do that, you may ask? By reviewing this men's Larry Zbyszko 1985 Remco figure. Join me, won't you? Before we take a closer look at this figure, I want to go over the brief history of the AWA Remco line. These were based on the AWA wrestling promotion, and they were primarily released between 1985 and 1986. The one cool thing about these figures was they were released in 2-packs versus in singles, so you got a lot of the cool wrestlers in one pack. Larry Zbyszko here came with a pack with Ric Flair. He wore purple trunks and he had the silver hair. That was really the only distinguishing factor. You may also think that these kind of look similar to the He-Man Masters of the Universe figures of the day, and they do, because they share somewhat of the same body mold. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at this figure. So starting off quickly with the face mold head sculpture of this figure, it actually looks pretty good for the time. You know, it does definitely look like Larry Zbyszko. One of the funniest things I always remember about these figures growing up was that these heads are made of like a rubber, and you can like squeeze them and deform them and all that good stuff. I always thought that was interesting. When I was really young and I used to play with these toys in the bathtub and whatnot, I can remember always having to squeeze the water out of this Larry Zbyszko. You know, when I was done. But you know, moving on down to the torso, as I said, this is really reminiscent of the Masters of the Universe figures at the time. You know, extremely detailed with kind of a overzealous, you know, build for Larry Zbyszko. You know, all the back muscles and everything. On the back, you can see the year and everything that it was made. I know you can't really read that, but it does say 1985 Remco, made in China, I believe. Yep. He obviously comes with just plain red trunks, nothing really on the feet, and just the molded on boots that again are reminiscent of the Masters of the Universe collection from those days. They were articulated by arm movement here. The head does turn as well, and the body turns. Mr. Zbyszko here is a little loose from just all the years, and the legs kind of move around as well.
alright, I really have to shake these He-Man trances out of my head. The treasurer loves me, he does. He's not really trying to take over Lumberjillville. That is all just a story in my head. Anyway, let's get back to articulation. Now, the coolest feature, in my opinion, of these figures is they have swappable parts. Now, I know a lot of the men's figures have been displayed that way, and it's kind of out there as far as knowledge goes with the swappable parts. But these women are no different. Their parts can be swapped out, changed, and not just with each other, but also with the Masters Origins line. So that's really interesting. And the way that they do it is they have this little peg system here where you can remove at the waist and switch out the shoulders, I believe the forearms, the head, the legs. I mean, it's all swappable. I really don't want to do that because I'm afraid of making it loose. I'm weird like that. But either way, that's an awesome feature. Now, as far as standard articulation goes, the head is on a big swivel here, almost a ball-type joint. She can look to the right all the way, look to the left, and do the exorcist and go all around if you want. The shoulder is also on this nice little joint here that goes in all different directions, but that's about as far out as she can go up that way. But if you keep her arm in, then she can put it up, so that's pretty cool. Her elbow can flex and extend, but also rotate. Her wrist can rotate here and also flex and extend. Now that power posable feature that's on the box is just her waist on a little swivel here. Her hips are super articulate. I mean, she can do the splits. And you can almost even see that joint that you can just pop off the legs and switch out legs. So great hip movement, and then obviously flexion, extension all around. The knee can also flex and extend, and flexion is pretty good even with the knee pads. And the foot can plantar flex and dorsiflex. So Stephanie's the same type way. The only difference really is that knee isn't inhibited by a knee pad, but still. So the posability is great in these figures, but what's even cooler is the ability to swap parts. And here's one last look at Masters of the WWE Universe, Wave 5 Becky Lynch and Wave 6 Stephanie McMahon. So overall, I give Masters of the WWE Universe Wave 5 Becky Lynch and Wave 6 Stephanie McMahon a score of freaking awesome. I mean, these figures are so cool, and I was really new to the line. And honestly, I can't really give them a number score right now because the sample size is so small and I'm so new to this kind of figure. And this really opened my eyes up because I've never had a Masters of the Universe figure, and like I mentioned, I kind of missed that growing up. But this makes me want to dabble in the line a little bit because these are so cool. And I'm so excited for the future of women's wrestling figures in this Masters line, and I hope it keeps happening. Because like I said, it's been a while since I had a review where I was just smiling ear to ear the entire time, and this was one of them. The last one being Elite 78 Naomi Chase version. I couldn't help it but smile. It just lit me up. And this review definitely lit me up too because these figures are so much fun. Thanks for stopping by Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and join the community for all future women's wrestling figure reviews. And also make sure you check out Lumberjillcast. The Treasure and I have a podcast that we release every Wednesday morning. Other than that, stay safe and have a good night, y'all.